Before the video starts, I have a big surprise for you all, which I will reveal in the middle of the video. Justice Napad is a thrilling Polish crime drama set in the early 1990s, just after the fall of the communist regime in Poland. The film blends gripping suspense with political intrigue, taking us back to a time of great change in the country. At the heart of the story is Tadeusz Gadacz, a former senior police officer who was discharged due to his close ties with the old communist government. But when a violent bank robbery shakes the country, the government has no choice but to bring him back to service. The film begins with a tense scene inside a bank, where a group of armed robbers holds 3 female bank tellers hostage. Tragically, one of the women is shot and killed, setting the tone for a dark and suspenseful journey. Shortly after, the film shifts to the quiet Polish countryside, where we meet Gadacz, now living a solitary life after his forced retirement. A state-appointed prosecutor arrives at his doorstep with a proposition. If Gadacz can help solve the bank robbery, the new government will forgive his association with the communist regime and reinstate him as a deputy inspector. Gadacz, eager to return to the world of criminal investigations, accepts the offer. The stakes are high. The robbery didn't just involve the theft of money. 3 innocent people were murdered in cold blood. With the country in the midst of an economic transformation, the government is desperate to resolve the case quickly to avoid disrupting the ongoing privatization of major state-owned banks. Who's behind the robbery? Gadacz begins his investigation at the crime scene with a new partner, Alexandra Janika, a younger officer who represents the new generation of law enforcement. The initial suspect in the case is the bank's missing security guard. However, Gadacz quickly dismisses this theory, finding it unlikely that the guard would commit such a crime just before his retirement. Soon, Gadacz discovers the guard's body hidden in the bank's parking lot, proving he was not a perpetrator, but another victim. The investigation takes a new turn when Gadacz learns that the bank's alarm system was turned off on the day of the robbery by the branch manager, who claims it was malfunctioning. Digging deeper, Gadacz uncovers that the security guard on duty had switched shifts with a younger guard, Kacper Cermiak. Kacper, along with his 2 childhood friends Bartek and Marek, becomes the prime suspect as Gadacz unearths more clues about their involvement. Now it's time for the surprise. We will be gifting 10 USDT to 10 of our first 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to subscribe and then let us know in the comments. Unraveling the truth. Old school, often brutal methods of interrogation clash with the new ways of policing. His aggressive approach reflects his past, where fear and intimidation were common tactics. In one scene, Gadacz feeds piranhas in a fish tank while interrogating Kacper, creating a chilling atmosphere. As the investigation intensifies, it's revealed that Kacper and his friends had orchestrated the robbery to solve their personal financial troubles. Kacper, driven by a desire to reunite with his younger sister Iwa, had grown desperate when he couldn't provide for her after their separation in a care home. Bartek, the owner of a video store, and Marek, a hunter, were both motivated by their own financial woes. The trio had planned to steal a large sum of money from the bank, knowing that the alarm would be disabled. However, things didn't go as planned when the money they had intended to steal was already removed, leaving them scrambling to take whatever they could find. Unfortunately, their robbery was interrupted by the 3 bank tellers, and when Kacper was identified by one of them, the robbers were forced to murder the women to cover their tracks. As the police close in on Kacper, he becomes a fugitive. In the film's climax, Gadacz tracks Kacper down to the house of the family that had adopted Iwa. Despite his violent actions, Kacper's one redeeming quality is his love for his sister, and he doesn't wish to harm her. But when he steps outside, pretending to have a gun, the police are forced to shoot him dead. Though Gadacz fails to bring Kacper to justice through an arrest, the case comes to a close. In the end, the film focuses not only on the crime, but also on Gadacz's internal journey. Estranged from his own family, Gadacz's final act is to reconnect with his granddaughter, a sign that even a hardened man like him can still find redemption in personal relationships.